Good morning, Church of God. It is good to be with you in this beautiful place this morning. Some of you look just a little bit tired. I'm not sure why. Maybe you took part in something that went on here yesterday. That was quite an event, the Winter Fantasy, and thank you so much to all who took part in that. That was a great time together. Now, on the front of the bulletin, that we might focus our thoughts for the day on the scriptures. This is from Malachi 3:1, which will be read later as well. Let's have those in the left side of the congregation read the first part up into the semicolon, and those on the right side read the second part, nice and loud. Look, I am sending my messenger who will clear the path before me. Suddenly, the Lord whom you are seeking will come to his temple. The great promise of God from the Old Testament, and we're so thankful to God for all of his work. Well, it was a great success yesterday, and we had a Winter Fantasy. It's an annual event here, and rather than me talking about it, I will just remark what a great job you did in cleaning up after yourself. I left around noon to go to a family engagement and came back just this morning. And where did all that stuff go? All right. Bob Aiello, one of our trustees, share with us a word about the Winter Fantasy.
Good morning. If I look tired, there's a reason for that. We were very successful raising money yesterday for the church. I have department heads that worked tirelessly to help put this together. And I'd love to name each and every one of you that participated, but I believe it's the whole congregation. It'd be harder for me to find someone who didn't help than it would be to name y'all. Cookbook sold $30. The kitchen gave us $854. The sweet shop gave us $775. And the church ladies event that we're kind of like, well, we're not sure, gave us $727. That being said, we raised $2,682, just that, but then our vendors approximately gave us another $2,100. So unfinished and not final, we're almost at $5,000 that we raised yesterday. But I would like to recognize just a few people. I have Jamie and Bob Olcott. I have Andy Tubbs, Barb Burdett, Larry Crandall, Janelle Sullivan, and Mary Jane Austin. These were my organizers that helped us put this together, and without them, it wouldn't have happened. So thank you all, and God bless.
All right, thank you. And the proceeds of this go to the trustees' funds. Now I'd like to have a word from our outreach committee. Luann, if you would come. That one in the middle.
Good morning. I'm here for my annual pitch. Today is the last day for us to be collecting for our giving tree, as we will be giving out the gift cards to the families next week. What's the matter, Larry? No, it's not. It says on. No.
Don't be afraid. It won't bite you. I promise.
Are you... Oh, they bite. Okay. We're doing our annual giving tree, as everyone knows. Today's pretty much the last day for us to collect funds, as we are helping 9 families, and we'll be giving them their gift cards next week so they'll have time to do some shopping for their family. If you have any questions or just need to speak with someone, anyone on the outreach committee would be able to help you, and there are envelopes on a table out in the narthex by a little tree. If you would like to put something in that, feel free to, and stick it in a little mailbox by the tree. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Luann. And our church council has been working on something very significant, so I'd like to invite our chairperson, Bob Solsky, to come and share with us what's happening right after church today.
And at this time, I also want to invite the members of our task teams up here, who you'll be hearing more about if they're here. Dick Williams, Scott Torrey, Pam Skebe, Jan Przybylski, and John Young. And I see we only have a couple of them, 3 of them here, but that's okay. The council has started efforts to address 6 recommendations by the ministry audit team, and this was shared with the congregation about 3 weeks ago after the service out right in here. This group is developing action plans, and it's going to report to the church council on the progress about being very specific in what we're going to try to do, being measurable and attainable, as well as being realistic and timely. And part of our efforts is to increase communications both inside and outside of the church, and this is one of our efforts to communicate with the congregation what we're doing sort of behind the scenes, but yet we're going to be drawing the congregation into this. So each of these people has an area. These 6 areas include updating and making more relevant the vision and mission statement of the council. Because if anybody's ever been a part of an organization where you have a vision statement or mission statement, it very quickly goes out of date, usually within a good 10, 15 years. It's not relevant anymore, and you have to update it based on what's happening currently. The church council focus is going to be more outwardly focused instead of inwardly focused. So we serve the people of the congregation as well as our community. We're going to be involved more in internal and external communications, both with the members of the congregation and our community outside. We're going to increase our activities with other churches within the area, very similarly to what we're doing tonight with the lessons and carols with St. Mary's Church down at the other end of Broad Street. We're going to spend some extra efforts on reaching out to those who have chosen to either cease attending church services or have come once or twice and decided not to come again. And we have to understand the reasons behind that. And last but not least, we're going to look into changing the current worship service in small ways. And in order for all of this to occur successfully, we need the congregation's input. And towards that end, at the end of service over by the kitchen area, we have 3 small tables set up with little name placards, and we'll all have name tags on. So if anybody has any ideas, short-term or long-term, or would want to join in any of these efforts, again, either short-term or long-term, please see one of us out by the kitchen area in Narthex after the service. And as an ongoing communication, you're going to hear from the council probably at least every 2 to 3 months as we go along. So thank you all.
Thank you so much. And I believe that there's something happening this evening. David, would you come and share with us a little bit more about that in case people don't remember or haven't been to it before?
Well, we've had a couple of opportunities this morning already to hear thank yous for the people involved in yesterday's work, everybody working toward evaluating where we are and where we can go. And another opportunity to say thank you is to all of our choirs who have been preparing for the beloved Lessons and Carol service happening at 5 o'clock today. They've been working for about a month and a half now, and we've had some wonderful rehearsals together. This will be one of our larger presentations. We have to go back before COVID. We will have over 40 singers in the choir loft, plus the orchestra. You'll see things lurking over here in the corner, and it all comes together in some beautiful, joyful music. Some changes in this, some new ideas on how the service will open. You'll have the opportunity to light candles at one point. early on in the service, and it won't be silent night. There'll be opportunities for singing for the whole congregation, and I really hope that many of you have an opportunity to come back. Don't wait till 5 o'clock. It might be hard to park or hard to find a seat. And also we have our collection of clergy and lay readers. You'll see some familiar faces, some new faces, and we even have Reverend Aaron Kelly driving down from Rochester to join us today. So it's a family event, and it is for the community. We have posters all over the county for this, and I'm so much looking forward to this and hope to see many of you by 5 o'clock. Thank you.
And just a couple more things. I can't hit everything that's in your bulletin, but hanging of the greens, which is the decorating of the church, is happening on Saturday, coming right up. So please come and take part in that. And then, of course, other things are written in your bulletin, but we ask you to sign up for the live nativity as well. The sign up is in the entryway. But for now, let's quiet our hearts and prepare to enter into the very presence of God, who said, "I will always be with you."
The prophet Malachi calls us to watch for the messenger God will send us, a messenger who burns with passion for God's coming salvation. For he is like a refiner's fire, like a fuller's soap. He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he will purify the descendants of Levi and refine them like gold and silver, until they present offerings to the Lord in righteousness. In a word, driven by passion to maintain the status quo, we choose to live with the passion of God's peace, to listen to those who call to us righteousness, and submit ourselves in God's grace that we might be refined and purified until we reflect God's love throughout the earth.
We light this candle of peace as a sign of our commitment to passionately pursue the work of making peace in our hearts, our families, our communities, and throughout the earth until God's kingdom comes on earth as it is in heaven.